What's good, guys? It's Rome. So I'm going to give you my quick, no spoiler review on The Black Phone that I seen last week. I thought this was a surprisingly good movie. Not great, but it was well written, and the performance by Ethan Hawke as the creepy serial killer, the grabber. Ethan Hawke, in my opinion, gives one of his best performances in recent memory because he brings the right balance as an unpredictable, creepy character that makes him extremely scary. Ethan uses a lot of his eyes, his physicality, and just gives this character its own creepy voice to bring this character alive. The tone, the tension, and the grittiness makes it one of the best horror movies I've seen this year. James Ransone, another quick standout. I thought who he plays Max as the grabber's brother. I thought he brought the right balance of humor when the movie needed just to keep things a little calmer before they get much bigger and suspenseful later in the movie. This was a movie that's more suspenseful, like a survival thriller than an actual horror movie, in my opinion. There are a few good jump scenes, but the story, Ethan's performance, and the suspense, in my opinion, sells the movie. My criticism for the movie, I thought the cops were portrayed like morons who could not figure anything out and had to depend on a little girl with a psychic ability. Then to do good detective work to figure out the patterns of the grabber and finding him. Mason Thames as Finney, Madeline McGraw as his sister Gwen, both did a good job with their roles. I did feel like some of the important parts of their story with their mom was cut out, as she also had psychic ability, as was hinted in the movie, but they didn't really go anywhere. It was just hinted. I feel like there was something missing there with that point. At one point, I thought The Black Phone biggest twist was going to be connected to the Sinister as a prequel movie, because Scott Derrickson, Ethan Hawke, and James Ransone all worked in the last two movies, or connections to the last two Sinister movies. But when I learned The Black Phone was based on a book, obviously that connection was thrown out the window. Sadly, there wasn't any surprises, twists about the grabber. In my opinion, he was an unpredictable serial killer who underestimated Finney. It's a good, solid movie. It should be good as a one-off movie. It's definitely worth seeing in theaters. I think this is a good movie to see in theaters if you look for a good, yes, horror, maybe a good suspenseful thriller type movie that's going to be getting you off the edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where it's going to go. But it does a great job bringing that. I just didn't feel like it was a horror movie at all, but I enjoyed the movie as it shared a lot of similarities to Blumhouse movie, The Invisible Man. That dealt with domestic abuse, while The Black Phone dealt with just being a survivor by a serial killer. This does take some John Wayne Gacy and other child serial killers that makes up the grabber. But overall, I do give this a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's not great, but it's still a good movie. It's watchable. I enjoyed it. I highly recommend people to check it out in theaters. It's worthy checking out in theaters. And it's also going to be worthy, renting the movie or watching it somewhere on a streaming service. But all right, everybody, that's what it's going to do for my review. Y'all have a good one. Happy 4th.